So,
Hello.
are we good to go?
Yes.
Woo! Sweet. So, when last we left our heroes, the dust from the battle had just settled, and they stood in between the human and hobgoblin armies. The two, once at war with one another, though now tentative allies in this battle. The Honorbound managed to diffuse the tension between the two groups and got them both to wonder what it would be like if they could both work together. Being sent on their way, the party waited a moment to convene and speak on what they had learned. Calvio had found a note left by Helmina, giving orders to the new orc leader. They made haste to Hordine's hamlet and let them know that the danger had passed, and spoke with Anastasia and asked if she'd like to accompany them to see Zirf. She excitedly agreed. They also spent time in the dungeon of Xeris, trying to learn how to open the door. Calvio identified it to learn that the keep must be rebuilt and claimed for it to open. The group then made their way back to the great city to speak with the regent and Zirf. Making their way to the castle, they informed the regent of their success and asked questions regarding the recent assassination attempt. The only information they had was that they were fast and were able to escape the castle without detection. The guard is currently investigating the Sly Few, the local thieves guild. For stopping the large orc force heading towards the hamlet, the regent offered the party one of two rewards, either 1,000 gold pieces each, or that he will repair the fort for them all and name one of them the Duke of the area. Giving them time to think on it, he expects an answer on the morrow. We pick up now at Zirf's tower, Elgash having come down to get Anastasia situated, Zirf holding her crystal ball with a grim look on her face, and Deacon Zinlen walking down the stairs to greet the party. So, Zirf is before you all, and
who is Deacon Zinlen again?
Deacon Zinlen was Klobar is the person that Klobar had called from Orialis.
That's right.
You don't know his specific relation yet. I don't know. But yeah. So what are you all doing? You are at the bottom of Zirf's tower at the moment.
I guess we're just waiting for her to tell us what the news she found was.
Okay. So as Deacon Zinlen is leaning up against the nearby wall, Zirf would say, so I found out a little bit, but what I did find does not necessarily bode well. Night hags, in general, do collect souls, and when they do crop up, they don't have any use for them themselves, so she must be grabbing them for someone else. Do you guys have any inclination as to who she might be getting them for?
The chained one, maybe. Sorry.
Or Gorlock.
Or Gorlog. Or,
So-
you know. Or as Klobar has stated, they might be one and the same, so.
When we raided Helmina's lair, I grabbed all of her paperwork and notes and all of that stuff. Did we find any clues through that paperwork about who she might be working with or what's going on with that?
Wasn't there a statue?
There was a statue pertaining to the old one. Flint, make me a history check. Yeah, there was a statue and there was a gargoyle guarding it. And from what you remember of the statue, it was basically a shrine of sorts to the chained one. All right, what do we got?
Flint rolled
here?
a 9.
Rolled a 9. You think that there was something in those notes, but you can't remember the name. You can definitely ask Zirf to see if she'll go and check it out, see if she remembers.
Yeah, I'll ask Zerf, because I did give her all those notes and paperwork from Helmina's lair to her, if
Mhm.
she found anything that I may have missed.
She thinks for a second, looking back. The name Srin came up in her notes. That name also doesn't necessarily have great connotations to it. You've heard this name before, have you not?
We
Yeah, we've heard
have.
of Magister Srin before.
So, and she goes to a nearby desk and pulls out some notes and things. And she grabs a paper and reads through it for a moment. And she says, well, if the story goes much like this, and she'll hand the paper to you all. Oh no. I accidentally have it set up from player view and not DM view on my Roll20.
Oh no, what will you ever do?
One of us. One
Yeah.
of us.
Hold on, I need to load this up. And she says, basically, Magister Srin, he was once a benevolent ruler of the area, though some concerning stories came from the augurists that dealt with him. If you'd like, I can read this to you, or I can show you all and have you read it.
Sure.
What is it written in?
It's written in Elvish.
I got you, boo.
Opened up the wrong character.
Well, I mean, you've got an elf, if that's what you're
Yeah,
worried
I can read it too. Okay.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and show this to all of you guys. And she pulls this out, this paper, to you guys. And if one of you guys would like to read it, or if you'd like me to read it, whatever.
Probably Marska would read it.
Okay.
Let me make it bigger. Can I make it bigger? Oh, I can make it bigger. Oh, look at that. Oh, cool. All right. Magister Sorin was once a benevolent and wise man, the elven ruler of the fertile Andrus Valley, and he laid many of the foundations for civilization here. He was a powerful spellcaster in his own right, hailing from the ancient city of Aurealis. He built up a large city he named after his mother, Xeris, around the center of the valley. Eventually, other races, namely humans, came to settle in the valley, building a small city in their own right at the mouth of the Dragon Fang Pass. I'm sorry if I butcher any names.
No.
After many long years, Srin began to search for ways to prolong his life in order to keep watch over his lands. This led him down a dark path, and he eventually was plagued with nightmares. More strange beasts reportedly began to stalk the countryside, and strange lights and sounds began to seep from the fort atop that just over. From the fort that. Sorry, hold on.
That's a really confusing sentence.
From the fort atop that just overlooked the city. My brain broke a minute. Eventually, a few augurists got involved, finding disturbing things about his experiments. Srin had begun summoning terrible creatures that the augurists slew, and he had begun to drain the life from the citizens around him in an effort to sustain himself. Oof. The augurists fought their way to the dungeon under Fort Xeris. Before them, they saw Srin complete a ritual, summon several demonic creatures, and walk further down into the dungeon, and a large stone door closed behind him. Only one augurist managed to escape locking the last demon in the room that it was summoned. Luckily, it did not pursue him.
That's awkward.
That's all we got.
At the mention of nightmares, Deacon Zinlen kind of purses his lips. This is rather concerning. There have been reports around Aurealis of nightmares cropping up as well.
Just throughout the whole city in general? The whole city
Yes.
has been sick too, right?
No, the sickness is
ours.
here in Andorra.
Right.
Is
Have
this
you
all the information that we have?
Is there any?
Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Klobar would ask, is there any visual representation of this Magister Shrin? Would you be able to recognize him? Perhaps that memory orb that the lot of you reclaimed from the cellar of Fort Zaris.
So Calvio's question was first. Can you remind me that so I can get to that one first?
It's all the information that we have on Magister Shrin.
Yeah, she would say to that. That's all I was able to find. Regarding this orb, I do still have it, and I can go get it. It's been locked away, but and she yells for Elgash to go into the vault and grab the orb.
It just seems like so little information for someone that was so important, especially to this area.
It's also been a few hundred years.
Would I know if there was any decent record keeping?
Yeah, if there were any other places that would keep better records, it would be at the Zionist complex here in the city. That's the closest one.
Does it seem weird to anyone else that the fort is still there, but supposedly there's a city, I assume, where Hoarding's Hamlet is now, and there's not more ruins?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For sure.
And somebody is obviously trying to find what's behind the door that they saw him go into. But I'm not sure for what purpose other than just to summon demons.
So
Maybe
being
the-
from Andorra, can I do a history check to see if there's anything I can remember about this or if I've read anything about this being a lore bard?
Yeah, of course.
$11.
11.
Getting the bad rolls out now.
Yeah. From basically all you know is that is not what you know is what Zirf has spoken. Right? This is kind of new information to you, and you're kind of having like, why is this figure not have more about him, sort of deal. It's at this point that Elgash comes down and hands the red orb to Zirf. And she says, "Would any of you like to peer into this?"
My mama told me to avoid magical objects that can possibly hurt people.
I mean, I've done it once before. I'll try it again.
All right. That's an old page with that thing, so let me find it here.
We should let Zinlen look in it too.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe he should do it first. That's probably smarter.
You guys
He
can
knows
ask
more.
him.
Yeah, let's ask him if he wants to do that.
Yes, I can. Zerf, what is the nature of this magical item before I try to use it? And Zerf would say, well, it from what I could gather, it could peer into memories that were put into this orb, but if the entity was still alive, it could peer back. And Zinlen would take a look at it. And he says, very well. And he takes it, looks into the orb. Where is my... There it is. All I see is a tall, blonde, elvish man walking down a hallway at the moment. Then he kind of takes out of it that he'll make a history check. I'm sorry. I don't know much else at this. This is gravely concerning. The fact that that kind of magic, however, that he's used to drain life, to sustain himself, that has me concerned.
In the paper with the nightmares that he was plagued with, I mean, you mentioned there were nightmares in the town, but are we sure that would be connected to something similar? Because would it have just affected him, basically, is what I'm wondering? Because he was the one doing that?
Kakira and Siga, go ahead and make me religion checks.
Oh boy. Oh. 19.
10.
10. Oh no. Kakira, you would know that when the chained ones bonds, there have been stories of bonds loosening, and when they do happen, generally mass nightmares or reaching out through dreams is one of the entity's main tactics.
Oh, okay. Would you tell me that?
Yes, I
He's
was.
just sitting there
Sorry.
for a second like, oh,
I was
no,
busy
oh,
being
God.
shocked.
Okay, good, thank you.
Just
So
picturing Kakira standing there, beak open. Just,
What does Kakira say exactly to this?
Well, for one, she'd probably like look at Siga, because she remembered that they'd had that discussion about the nightmares. But Kakira would say, his bonds shouldn't be weakened, but there's been many signs that would show otherwise, and that's very worrying. Like the nightmares that Siga's been having.
And the fact that the town is having it too is also a sign to this?
Yes.
This is strange. I mean, Aurealis is in close proximity with his mythological cage, but I was unsure if that had any real credence to it or if it was merely folklore. Seems like it may have some credence after all.
are we sure that this orb is related
To
this situation to like Magister Sren or what's going on?
you don't have any concrete proof. If you'd like to grab the orb and look at to see any other memories that you can peer into, possibly you can.
I'm just trying to decide if it's worth pondering over this orb, because if it's a memory orb, then they put the memory in there for a purpose, because they were worried about remembering and they wanted to be able to see it again. So there's something important there. But
It was
if it's not
also
relevant, then it doesn't matter.
it was also in a treasure room, like behind a magical word. So
Yeah.
whatever it was important enough to put in a guarded room.
And it was in the fort. Was it the same memory that we're getting the sense that he saw that we saw?
You're getting the sense that it's the same person. Go
But
ahead and
not
make
the same
me
memory.
a general insight check.
Nope.
There were several
Am I good at
memories
these?
that had come up.
Oh. This is not one of my better things.
Where are my notes from that?
12.
12. Um. Clobar can also make an insight check as well.
Okay.
Since you
Clover would
were
also like
wrong.
to look into the orb.
Okay.
I do have notes on this, and I do know that it was a
Oof.
massive fort too. So
Wait, I didn't make my port. Oh, okay. Well, I'll deal with that in a minute.
All right. What do we got?
It's a 3.
It's a 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
would did any of it sound familiar? Okay, could Marsica roll an insight check too?
What are you trying to figure out, Marsica?
If it is like the same place at the very least, then maybe the same guy in the same place.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of just trying to figure out if it's the same memory that's played every time or if it's different memories. Like, is there a loop at some point?
You would know that it is a different memory. The memory is kind of up to chance as to which one it plays. At least at the moment. And but it is of the same person. And it seems to be around the same place.
Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
So
I guess we'll wait for Clobar to look in and see what happens.
okay. Clobar. As
All right.
Zinlen
What kind of roll am I
hands-
making?
Make me just roll a d20.
Okay. Wow, I'm rolling trash tonight.
Okay. What is that? A 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't see anything, but I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. 16.
That's good.
Okay. So you make the save, but you felt as if something pushed back for a split second.
I would relay that to the group, that he felt a presence just then at pushing back at him.
Mama was right. Don't mess with magic objects.
I mean, would it be possible if Seren is still alive that he could?
So it peers back into your memories, correct?
It peers back and it would see where you are currently.
Oh, so it's scrying in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
But I passed the save, so it couldn't, right?
Right.
Exactly.
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, as far as you're aware.
And any kind of identification magic would basically just tell us what it is and what it does. It wouldn't tell us like where it's connected or anything.
Yep.
I wonder what would happen if we smashed it.
So, scrying, is it like peering through your thoughts to find out where you are? Or is it basically like Big Brother, there's a camera, magically poof, and they see you? Like,
Make make me an Arcana check.
Oh my god.
okay, at least I'm good at this.
Kakira, do you have
That's
the scrying
it's
spell?
27.
I do
27. Okay.
not. I don't think I do.
Clobar might
Is
also
it-
have it as well.
Is it just called scry?
Yeah. Basically,
Is that a
in
druid?
a
not
normal
druid.
scrying spell, an orb is created, and you can target, I believe, a person or an object, or a location, not an object, a person or a location, and an invisible orb appears in which you can see that person in their immediate surroundings. It's hard to see past, like, maybe a foot or two around that person, you know, but you can get general surroundings, what the weather is like, if there are other voices, things like that.
Interesting. Okay. And is there a way to backtrace that at all that we have? Or is it just something that happens?
Not you can stop it from happening if you can see invisibility, because the orb itself is invisible. You know, generally from the specific use of the spell.
Okay.
Right.
um crap.
Question.
Yeah.
When sending says a creature with which you are familiar, how, like, what are the parameters for familiar?
You would have to know basically what the person looks like to a certain extent. You don't necessarily
So seeing
have to
someone
meet
in an
them.
orb would be enough?
Yeah.
So theoretically, Klobar could use sending to try and make contact with this person.
Yeah.
Klobar
Wait, didn't Kobar
would-
not see anything?
He's seen it in the has Klobar
Yeah, he
seen
saw-
it in the past?
He
yeah,
saw
he
it.
saw it in the past. He saw it in the past when he first got the orb.
Oh,
Kakira was
that's
the one that
right.
didn't see it.
Okay.
Kakira did not see
yeah,
anything.
but were you Excelsior at that point? Was it is
No,
and-
it was the very first Klobar session.
Yeah, that was
he
the-
went back to the tower with Zirf, and he asked about the orb, and he looked into it at that point.
Yeah. If yeah, I would say that's enough because you've seen the person then.
Klobar would pitch an idea to the group that they use sending on this entity and try and figure out what its aim is.
Is there a room we could go in that wouldn't give away details if they were to like have the ability to scry back?
I can possibly get all the furniture out of here, maybe?
Could,
Oh,
is-
that's-
Could we put up like a curtain around the person?
Well, sending doesn't let them know your location.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's a good point. And since scrying didn't work, yeah. Okay.
And
yeah,
it works
let's do
on different planes of existence. With
Yeah,
a
let's do
5% chance it doesn't
Fuck
work.
it.
Yeah, sure.
What's the worst that could happen, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's come up with a let's team come up with a message to send.
Team
That's
Thunk, a
25
25
words.
word. message.
The bright side is this entity obviously knows magic, so we probably don't have to say you can respond in 25 words.
Respond in 25 words or less.
You can respond to this message.
What does Zinlen think about this idea?
I am. If this entity is, if Srin is still alive, he has prolonged his life by unnatural means.
And he needs to die.
I don't see any downsides from what I can see, but reaching out to such an entity kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies.
What if we were to goad him into revealing something that he didn't intend to?
If you were able to, I mean, Klobar, you had a penchant for pushing buttons a lot more than I did.
Thank you.
He's referring to your puns.
Oh. So what you're saying is that we should make as many puns at him as we possibly can.
If you
I mean,
can
that
do
could
so
definitely
in
make him
25
mad.
words.
I could always play counter charm while he makes contact. It'll give him advantage on being charmed or anything like that.
I'm not
I
sure
think-
you'd be able to charm me from the other side of the universe.
We're messing with someone who has been around for I don't know how long and seems to be very powerful.
So, worst case scenario, he's still alive and he's still behind that door.
You also
Best
know
case
that
scenario.
there is no. They don't have to respond as well.
True.
It's true.
So
So we make him an offer that he can't refuse.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
I honestly
Maybe we should
don't know
offer
what
him
that
mashed
would be.
potatoes.
We don't
Damn
know.
it.
We don't know shit. God damn it. We don't know shit about this dude except for the fact that he existed and he tried to prolong his life and he owned Fort Xeris.
Or perhaps still exists.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
we
don't know
could
that,
come up with
though.
a carefully crafted lie based on the lore that we've found so far. Because he doesn't, as far as we know, he's not familiar with Klobar.
Let's just insult his mother the whole time. Clearly, he likes his mother
That's
because
not
he
very
named the city
nice.
after her.
And she was a hamster.
Freak out.
That's what I'm saying. If you want him to say something back and find out if he's alive, that's a pretty solid way. But what if this isn't Shren?
Then perhaps
Is it
he's an ally.
possible to take somebody else's memories and put it into an orb?
Make me an Arcana check with that.
That kind of sounds similar to your head tenant.
13?
It would, if it is possible, it would be very difficult to forcibly put somebody else's memory in something like this.
What if we?
So then we're
quote
pretty
the
sure
memory
that-
to him?
What was that, Mike?
What if we like tell him one of the memories? Like we saw him in the library doing this and this, and like maybe that could draw his attention. Like how does he know, or how does he know that we know what he's doing? You know.
I mean, let's be realistic. So Klobar felt something push back. We know that if the person is still alive, they can scry back, which means whoever is in the orb, or whoever's memory it was in the orb, is still alive. We're pretty certain of that.
Yeah. with
So
your understanding
we
of
just
how
need to
this
figure
item
out
works.
who the fuck it is.
Yes.
So we could just send, "Who are you?"
We could, but there's no guarantee that they'll respond.
Yeah, but I mean, we could say a whole bunch of shit and they may not respond either.
Ask who they are
But
and
that leaves
insult their
22
mother.
words.
Say that magical word that the orb was behind. Whatever that was behind the wall. Just say that saying and see if that piques his interest or draws his attention.
Wasn't that his daughter's name? This is out of character.
I think it
Logan
was.
remembers, yes. So, so that would be, Calvio, Kakira, or Marsica. Would have to make me a history check to see if they could remember the daughter's name.
Do one of us have the letter?
I'm
Or did we
reading it
leave-
right now, but it doesn't mention the daughter's name. It just says, think of your family, your wife, your son, your newborn daughter. Some knowledge is not worth the price that is paid for it.
It's the same one.
Yeah, that was in a handout from one of the skeletons in the demon room.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
Oh, I'll roll a history check.
All right.
See if I through my dice.
I don't have that handout.
Wait, before you do
16?
that,
Oh,
I was going to ask what your
Ryan?
history proficiency bonus was.
plus
it
5.
Ryan?
Mine's +4, and I rolled pretty well too.
Plus
Aber?
5.
I mean, we can alter
I
it.
haven't set a number yet, so I can just not do it.
Okay, well, if you want either of my portent rolls, I have a 9 and, or I have an 11 and a 9. So
Oh no, I'm better
Save
than
it.
that. No, I'm good. Yeah, save it.
Okay.
Okay.
Kevin,
I got a
I rolled a
16.
17.
I rolled a 16.
Okay, Heaven.
Is it Raya?
No.
Or
it's not.
Raya? No, it's not. Okay,
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
it's a name that I have written down with no explanation.
Great note taking there.
I'll have to scour through my notes to see if I can find that name now. Because
Uh-oh.
that's not coming to my mind right now.
January 28th, if that
Oh,
will help
God.
you. I don't know.
Okay. So both of you guys remember the DC was a 15.
Great.
The daughter's name was Imawin.
Emma win.
Emma Wynn! I swear I have that written down somewhere. Oh, come on.
It's
Where-
got to be one of those names that don't have anything with it.
See, now I remember that because I associate it with Imogen.
I found it! It's right here! Emma... Wait, where is it? Emma Wynn!
Okay.
So if we use something about this Emma Wynn, that may get us a response.
Does Emma Wynn sound familiar to either Zirf or Zinlen?
It does not. They don't seem to have a recollection.
What about the sun?
I don't know. Did we ever find a name for the sun?
No, we just know he exists.
Well, Swin's last name is Magicin. I can look. Let me think for a moment. Deacon Zinlen.
How long?
Deacon Zinlen closes his eyes, and for a moment, and he says, I believe there was a Jiraiya Magician. If my memory serves me, he may have been the son, but he, I believe he took his sister, or the family was killed. Their fate is unknown from what I can remember.
So much unknown about this person.
Was the daughter one of the corpses we found in the,
Yes.
or you guys found?
Yes, that's where I found her name. It was with we found the letter on the dead body in the ruins, and it was on, and all it said was, "I'm so sorry," was the letter. Imoen, remember, that was it.
But it
And
wasn't. But you didn't find Imawin's body. You found a
was on a
body
dead
with. You found a dead body with that note on it.
Right, so I guess we don't know this. Damn it.
What if we sent "Where is Emma Wynn"?
Who are you? Where is Imowen? Yeah.
That could work.
Sure.
Sure, let's go for it.
Well, I feel like "Who are you?" gives away our hand.
How so?
Because if you say, "Where is Imowen?" and it's not Sren, they're going to respond and be like, "Who the fuck is Imowen?" But if it's Sren and we lead with "Who are you?" he's going to know we're fishing for information. And then he's going to see our antagonism to try and instigate him for what it is.
But if it's a person that knows of Imowen, then we don't really get any further. But I see what you're saying. We probably shouldn't ask. Who are you? That's a good point.
Just ask
but-
where's Imowen.
Yeah, I don't have a better idea.
Zinlen will say, but you have 22 more words left.
Why say much word when few word do trick?
Klobar would look up at Zinlen and says, "I'm an arcanist, not a linguist."
So maybe what if we ask about the sun, as well? Like make it a family thing. Like, where are Imowen and Jiraiya?
The sun didn't get a note. Just saying.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Son was fucking chopped liver. No.
I mean, I don't have a better idea. I mean, it's pretty much throwing darts in a dark room right now, so.
So what are we doing, guys?
I think Klobar's gonna do it unless anybody has any objection.
That
Alright.
sounds
No.
good to me.
Go for it.
All right,
I'm
so
curious.
Klobar sits down on the ground, closes his eyes, and focuses real hard, and sends out the message to this person that he saw a while back in the orb, and it says, "Where is Imowen?"
A quiet, raspy voice comes in reply. You dare speak her name? How do you know of it?
Clover would relay that to the group and ask what they think you should send back.
She's
Was
a
that-
person and her name is Anakin? I mean, sorry, Imowen. She's not an it.
Yeah, that last
I
sentence.
said
didn't-
know of her, know of her, know of her.
Okay.
Is what I meant
Okay.
to say. Sorry. That's
I was
not, I
saying
did not.
it as in reference to the name, not the person. But
Yeah, that's kind of where my brain was, but
Sorry, that's not how my brain took it.
no, it's okay.
do we need to send anything back?
That kind of tells us a lot.
It's nothing confirmed, but it is definitely a hell of a lot to go on.
Wait, who's heard the evil voice in the nightmares? Is that Siga?
Tiga.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, but we didn't all hear that.
Yeah.
I know, but is there a way that we
But-
can have Siga do it and then see if Siga recognizes the voice?
Siga
Uh,
doesn't have sending.
Tiga does not have sending.
The two wizards, make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
I hope you rolled well.
What did you roll?
A 9.
All right,
2 plus 7.
Clobar is going to use one of his important rolls. He's going to use the 11, so that's a total of 18.
Okay. Klobar would know that if either you or Siga had access to some sort of illusion magic, something like, I think it's like Major Image or something.
I have Major Image.
Yeah, I believe Major Image will allow you to recreate a voice or a sound. Let me check. But there are spells that allow you to do that.
Minor illusion does.
Minor illusion may be enough. I didn't know if it was or not, but major
Yeah,
illusion
because I've done that with minor illusion before. I did that with pre-Head Tenant Calvio.
It says it seems. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I don't have minor illusion anymore, so at least I don't think I do. I don't have it prepared regardless.
It seems completely real, including sounds, smells, and temperatures appropriate to the thing depicted.
Yeah, I mean, I would rule it that you could reproduce a voice you heard with that illusion spell. Then
Klobar is going to use major image to conjure a bunny rabbit with the voice of the figure that he heard.
Okay, and
Zinlen.
then
Go for it.
I was just gonna ask, would Siga recognize the voice?
It is not the voice you heard.
I had a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
What does Zinlen say?
Zinlen is like, that is disturbing.
The bunny's a nice touch. I approve.
Siga would not.
This concentration. He just he has the bunny just come hop up on his shoulder, and it's just sitting there.
He's cringing at this. He's like, I'm only tolerating since I haven't seen you in a few months.
Klobar says, certainly. Now, what should we send? I have enough power to send one more message.
Do you really wish to send more? You can, like your friend said, that was a lot of information. Even if it's nothing is confirmed.
Pretty likely.
Michael, I can't hear you. Nothing. Boop, boop.
How about now?
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, I have to be getting off.
Okay.
Oh,
I gotta go get ready
bye.
for
Bye,
All right.
Michael.
Thanks for hanging
So
out,
look,
dude.
guys. Hopefully things go well. Let me know what
Yeah.
happens.
We'll do.
Wow.
We'll let you know.
Night, guys.
Have a good night at work.
Night.
Love you, man.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Go ahead. I don't remember.
Klobar would say, if we send a message that drives in the knife, let's say you let her die, that may provide us with more information.
I don't know how much I want to poke the bear on this one without doing more kind of gathering on this one.
Well, he's
Like
not familiar.
He doesn't know us.
Yeah, I know what he looks like, and hopefully Zirf has put the orb back in the lead box at this point.
She does now at your
Zirf has put the
at your request.
as long as he's not familiar with what we look like and doesn't have the orb, it'll be very hard for him to contact us.
I'm sorry, I can only just picture Klobar just staring down Zirf and be like, hopefully Zirf put the orb away.
Closes it.
All I can picture out of that whole moment. Sorry.
Oh, that's so
Um,
good.
He says, I don't see if we have anything to lose.
There's no way for
He
him to
says-
trace it back to us, regardless
If
of
anybody
how
dies,
powerful.
it'll be me. So
Wait, can you say that again? It
It's-
cut out for me.
Is there any way known to trace back sending? Like, regardless of how powerful you are, is there a way to trace it back and figure out who sent it?
Make me an Arcana check.
You could ask Master Zinlen.
I would have said this aloud as
Oh. Zinlen will
Calvio.
also make an Arcana check then.
dirty 20.
So Zinlen would say, not that I can think of. It depends on how powerful this entity is. Hearing your voice may be familiarity enough, at least to cast a sending spell. Not sure about scrying. And Calvio, with the dirty 20, that's about what you get as well.
can Clobar make that Arcana check too?
Of course.
Oof,
Where are we at here?
not good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about the same information.
That
I guess
doesn't
it's up
sound
to you.
terrible.
I mean,
Clobar says, well, if lightning comes from the sky and strikes me down, it's been nice adventuring with you.
I don't think lightning is going to come down and just.
I'm- You are inside, at the very least.
Well, you know, you never know. One minute you're out in the forest taking a leak, and the next minute you're fried hobgoblin. It just, you know, these things do happen.
Oh, God.
So Clobar is going to sit down again, close his eyes, and kind of grimace as he thinks it and thinks really hard. You let her die.
Is that all you say?
Yep.
Yup. Oh, God.
As much as it pained me, it was necessary. I think I know you. And then that's all you get.
Clobar would tell the group that.
So she's a sacrifice? Question mark? Exclamation point. Aber's face tells me yes.
But actually, instead of telling them that, he would have had the bunny speak that.
Oh.
Okay. Is scrying sending concentration?
Is sending concentration?
Yeah. 'cause if it's
I don't
concentration,
think
the bunny would
so.
be
It
up.
is not.
It is
Okay,
not.
Then the bunny is still up and it hasn't seen it. It's so creepy. The visual of the bunny doing that is awful.
On Zinlen's shoulder, too.
Right.
Yes. Zinlen is like thoroughly creeped out right now. He's like,
That's incredible.
that's unsettling. Zirf's eyes are wide. And she runs back upstairs.
Does there know something?
You can hear like the clattering of books falling and coming from where Calvio and Clobar would know her study is, and coming down. She comes back down a moment later, and she says, something's on the tip of my tongue. I can't quite place it.
Do you need more information? Do you need more questions from this guy?
That might help, but
Just need you to just word vomit.
need me to word
Just
on it?
start talking. Just start talking about the thing that's on your mind right now. Just go.
Something doesn't sit right with me. Helmina wants that fort.
Correct.
This so-called entity, from all of the things you've been telling me, leads to this Srin still living there. Helmina cannot use the souls.
So Helmina is bringing the souls to Srin?
Possibly.
So we should really not open that door.
Because if we open that door, then she's... Well, if we rebuild the fort... How is it that we can open it? Is it only if we rebuild the fort?
We have to rebuild the fort and claim the land, essentially, from what we know.
If we do that, then can basically, essentially, anyone open that goddamn door?
No, it's just whoever is the owner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question.
Okay.
At one point, I will get scrying. If I were to make a scrying spell scroll and give it to someone who did meet Helmina, like Calvio, would he be able to use it to find her?
Wait, who didn't know Helmina? Who hasn't seen her?
Who did?
Who has?
Because I would only have
Oh, yes.
secondhand knowledge of it.
Yeah, a
of her.
person who has knowledge of that person can use the scroll to do that.
I would.
Because
I'm
we have
so happy
her
with that.
possessions, which would increase our ability to find her.
Calvio, however, does not have memory of her because of the
Kakira does.
Kakira and
Marika
Marsuka
does. And Flint does as
Well-
well.
Oh yeah, Flint does
But-
too. And
Technically, Calvio subconsciously does because he gets panic attacks from the mention of her name. So,
but
Clover
yeah.
would pitch to the group that Zinlen or Zirf probably are powerful enough arcanists to have access to scrying, and that we have quite a few of this Helmina's possessions, and that that we could find her and at least get rid of her collection of souls.
Is that
Yeah.
how it works? Does she have like a jar of souls?
make me a religion check.
Okay.
No, I'm thinking of the little
I
guy.
have a follow-up question depending on how this goes.
22.
You
Nice.
would know, nice. You would know that hags of Helmina's type would carry around a bag made of human flesh that carries souls.
Ooh.
So, meta question. What happens to Calvio if all of the souls are released?
Oh. You
We'll
don't get an
figure
answer to that
out.
one.
We'll figure that
Okay.
out when we get there.
Okay.
So Kakira will make a pretty disgusted face when she explains that.
Clobar would then turn to Zinlen and Zerf and say, do you think that this is something that you would be able to do?
Let me look here. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Important NPCs. I currently don't have scrying prepared for the day, but that's something I can do tomorrow if I could see. And this is Zirf speaking. If I could see the individual, and if you had those items.
Wait, is she trying to cast scrying, or is she trying to make the scroll so one of us can
That's
cast
her if
scrying?
she casts it. It takes some time, and she would need materials and nice paper and shit like that in order to be able to make the scroll.
Is that something that we could get?
Make me... Hold on. Take a d12. Go ahead and roll it for me.
Oh, God. Okay.
And tell me if your number is higher, lower, the same as mine.
Higher.
What'd you get?
9.
I have the materials, but it still takes a few days for me to make the scroll.
He says,
What do you guys think?
I mean, I think without the souls, it seems like Helmina's is like a power player in this whole theater. Like, she's giving orders to the orcs and getting her... Go ahead, Aaron.
I was gonna say I forgot to mention something else that Kakira would know. Thinking back on that, you would know that Helmina seemed to have the ability, from what was described from your companions and such, to turn invisible, but it didn't show up when Excelsior had used his divine sense. Meaning, and since you rolled above a 20, that she has a way to get into the ethereal plane.
Kakira will say that. She'll let everybody know.
Is there a way to
Can you not
keep it from
scry
happening?
in the can you not scry somebody in the ethereal plane?
I'm not sure. I didn't mean to completely derail what you were saying, Logan. I just forgot about that.
Oh, it does have to be on the same plane of existence, but it doesn't seem like that she spends all of her time in the ethereal plane, because like she had a house. She had a house and material objects and all of this stuff. It seems like she uses the ethereal plane to move between places, but once she's established a base of sorts, she stays.
And it sounds like she's in Aurealis right now.
Sinking country.
Sinking country.
What? Why do you say the sinking country?
Yeah, the clues that you guys had seen so far leads that she's heading towards the sinking country. I need to go back. But
Orders or whatever.
Do we think
I
it's
still have that potion that I picked up when we were in her hut.
Isn't that where Lobon was headed to?
It was.
Yes.
I don't know where it is with my notes, but there was a clue that I put. Maybe I just gave away something that I shouldn't have given away. But
Wah wah.
yeah,
Whoops.
I should have just
Whoopsie.
stayed quiet there. That was an instant Aaron response. But yes, that is where Lobon was headed.
the map? Oh, that's not the right map.
Oh, you guys heard I remember the clue. You guys heard
Orcs.
tales of nightmares
Oh.
happening out in the sinking country as well.
That's right. That's right.
I
Bitch
mean,
gets
it
around.
seems. it seems like without her, it kind of
Doesn't work.
like, yeah. I mean, the orcs don't seem like they can figure out what to do on their own very quickly, and getting her would slow them down. It would free the souls that she's captured, and if by some stroke of luck we caught her alive, which I don't think is going to be possible. I think we have to destroy her because she'll just bamf away into the ethereal plane
She's too
again.
powerful.
Out of curiosity, is all of this conversation happening out loud?
I'm
in the
assuming
room?
so. This is. I'm assuming that you guys are
Is
talking about this.
this futzing with Calvio at all?
Yeah. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Just-
Okay.
Does he look visibly like? Is this something that Kakira would notice?
Yeah. With your passive insight, you're definitely noticing he's having a hard time like every time the mention. So go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
Could I cast calm emotions on him, noticing that he's starting to look like disturbed?
He's about to pass out or something.
I'll allow that to give him advantage on the saving throw, if you do that.
Okay, I'll do it.
We're gonna go with the first one. 19.
19. With that, you, like, speaking of Helmina, you see flashes of this creature standing above you, but you manage to keep your composure.
And none of this brings back memories or anything. It's just
It's
flashes
flashes of
of-
this. You see her standing over you, and that's what you see. And you seem to be
Okay.
laying down.
okay. Calvio is like, I guess, more or less trying to shake it off. Not really gonna mention anything about it.
Kakira just gives Calvio a look, like, "You okay?" kind of a look.
You alright, bud?
Calvio awkwardly just stops trying to make eye contact.
Zinlen would pipe up at this point. He says, "You mentioned something. I think that was rather interesting a few minutes ago, saying that if there was a city in that area, then where are the ruins?
Are we unaware,
Perhaps,
honey?
We've seen some.
you've seen some ruins in the area, but not as much as you would be led to believe with if there was a city there." And he says, "Perhaps, I'm not exactly sure how long ago this was, but maybe it's under."
That's what I was about to suggest. Would Marsica have any idea of that? Because I remember Marsica knew about the tunnels.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a history check.
My history. Oh, my history's okay. Well, hopefully it go well.
Or survival with the
Oh.
knowledge of the tunnels.
Survival. Survival's much better. I don't remember what it is. Yeah, yes, but it's much better. Okay, that's a 22.
Nice. So, you would know. So, since you use survival, you would think it makes sense that possibly the city may be underneath this area, and if it was, then there may be other entrances if it is such a big place, or other escapes.
You mean other entrances other than the tunnels?
Other than the door.
Other than the door.
See,
Oh,
if
I
it-
So
see.
are we talking that this city was just buried over the years? Or are we saying that this is essentially a necropolis?
That I am unsure. Possibly buried, or maybe whatever he did pulled the city down. I don't know.
What about the monument underneath the waterfall? Has anybody gone to look at that yet?
No.
You think it might be another entrance?
Didn't Hamlet, or not Hamlet, Horadine, didn't Horadine say that it was like a tribute to like the old gods or an old civilization or something?
It
The
was
soldier's shrine.
Yeah, the Soldier Shrine. It was tribute to a war long ago fought, long before the most recent war with the Hobgoblins in the Andoran Kingdom.
Against who?
That's all the information he gave you.
Does anyone in this room know about said war?
Would Flint?
Flint might. I'll go ahead and pull his character sheet up here. Go for it. But
I don't know if Sega would know anything like that or not.
Probably not in this area.
Yeah.
Okay. So Deacon Zinlen is thoroughly freaked out by the bunny on his shoulder. He's not understanding anything right now. Flint, however, rolled a natural 18 plus. Okay, so 20. Flint would speak up and say, there's a few shrines like that around. Some, not sure, war with an elvish nation of some kind, or there was this group. I think your friends mentioned it. The Augurists had a hand in it.
There was a city there with soldiers that fought against the Augurists.
The Augurists were in the forces. They weren't like a main force, I guess, but they were present.
So these soldiers and the Augurists fought together against something.
That's if my memory serves.
Assuming that we discount all of the buildings that Horadine and his settlers have built, that only leaves Xeris, Fort Xeris, and the monument as structures that predate Horadine.
Heaven, make me a history check. Marsica, make me a history check.
Does it have to be history?
Yep.
Damn it. Oh, cool. 19.
All right. A particular sentence from the letter you just read to everybody in Srin's downfall kind of comes back to you. The sentence... Where did it go? The strange lights and sounds began to seep from the fort atop that just overlooked the city.
Sorry, say that again?
So it seems like, since that sentence was awkwardly written, what it seemed to be getting at is that the fort was just overlooking the city, not by much.
Oh, the one that I stumbled on.
Mhm.
That's what you're talking about. Lights and sounds begin to steep from the fort atop that just overlooked the city. Okay. Okay.
So the fort was at a high point,
Exactly.
which is
The
why
waterfall there.
that's the only thing we can see.
Things can change over hundreds of years.
Especially in a place that's undergone nuclear war.
And
This
there
was
are
after that,
caverns.
wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
This is post-Flash, I think.
Yeah, it's post-Flash.
I guess it sounds like we need to go back to Hoarding's Hamlet.
Sounds like
Sure
it.
does.
Don't have to. There's
So, regardless of if we build the fort or not, I think we should probably take ownership of that land for the intent purpose that nobody else does. Since we know what's there now, regardless of what we put on top of it, we can't let anyone else have it.
Yep.
So whether we just, build some small little military thing or we build a full-blown keep, I don't think we should let anyone else have that land.
Didn't we legit try to open that door like way back in the
many
first one
times.
Yeah. Clovar threw a fireball at it, okay?
I think he threw like 2 or 3 fireballs at it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
send sparks are still there.
Yep.
He would make sure to tell Zinlen he threw a fireball at the door.
Zinlen kind of like...
He's thrown a couple
Shakes his head.
fireballs.
I was a little concerned for when he got to that point. I'm sad I wasn't there for your first fireball, though.
He said, "It was great. I killed like 12 orcs."
Wow, that's quite impressive.
Was pretty good.
He's like, "I threw it into a bush. I just got really lucky, to be honest."
I mean, such as
Better
your
to be lucky than good.
station, I guess. And he looks at you and Zirf.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, of course.
What the hell was that supposed to mean? Oh, Colobar doesn't understand.
Yeah, you're not sure. You're just like, what?
Nothing would go over my head. I would surely catch it.
Yep.
Clobar would just say, what is that supposed to mean?"
It's, I mean, the magic in which you are accustomed to.
I would at this point have the rabbit say, "That's just plain disrespectful."
Is that in the creepy voice still, too?
No, at this
I
point
demand
it'd be
to
like
know.
a Hustler the Rabbit type.
Oh my god. What does the rabbit sound like, Logan?
"Yo, man, that's just disrespectful."
Oh my god. Ah. Yeah, he just shakes his head. So, oh god, here we go.
Clobar would say, "You laugh at that spell now, but it will get us out of trouble one day. You just watch."
Fair enough, fair enough. So, what are you guys doing?
This is still the same day that we already spoke to the Regent, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
It's like the evening now.
It is.
Do we have time to go to the Scientists before it gets too late? And try and look up anything else on Srin?
You have a bit of time.
That's the only other real thing I can think of doing because we can't go take care of this disease thing tonight. It's not going to be fixed.
I can undisease 3 people tonight.
Would they be held with the Scientists anyway?
Not necessarily. It depends if how bad it's been getting. If you, from what you've been told, they said stay out of the shanty towns, and since it hasn't come into the city yet, they're trying to keep it out there. As it stands right now. Not
Well.
sure how long that'll last.
What do you guys want to do?
Um,
We can stop by the temple.
It's fine with me.
What
Yeah.
was that?
Marsica's fine with whatever we decide to do for the night. I mean, we definitely have a game plan to have to put into action here for the future. With all this information we're learning.
Did we ever make a yes/no vote about the scrying plan?
It sounded like Zirf would be willing to do it in the morning.
Yeah, if you gather with a major image, if you showed her what Helmina looked like and then you provided the items, that would be enough for her to scry.
But I didn't. Clobar wasn't there to see Helmina.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but you have to have major image to be able to do it.
Oh, somebody can't cast it like on me? Or
No,
here?
that's not how that works.
Damn.
I mean, could I have someone describe her to me and make an image of her based on the description?
There would be a series of checks involved, but sure.
I mean, I'll give anything a shot. I mean, she's pretty ugly, so from what you described, so even if I eschew a few details,
And
I
we
got
have
one
two
of her
chances,
potions.
guys. Between Kakira and Marsica, there's 2 chances.
3. We have Flint as well.
Oh! Flint matter too?
Oh, let me look and see what spells he has. Maybe he can do something. Yeah, flint matter as well.
Okay.
That was like
Does
Flint
not have
joined our
major-
group as we were going to
Yeah.
meet Helmina.
Yeah.
And we
Yep.
were like, stop! And he was like, yummy. And we're like, no!
Stop eating the food.
Yeah, he ate all of her food.
Do any of you guys have minor image, like, other than, like, Kakira or Siga? Siga was there, I believe, as well.
So, okay.
Ego was not there.
Technically, I have silent image.
I would say you could bring up an image of her, but doing so, you will basically undergo an episode.
could we blindfold?
Do I
While he does
I
that?
know that that's Helmina? Am I mean, I assume I'm smart enough to put that together. Like they keep saying
Yeah.
Helmina, and then I keep getting flashes and seeing this dumb
You would
bitch.
definitely be smart enough to put
Okay.
those two together. I'm not even gonna make you roll for
Dumb
that.
bitch. The evil witch bitch.
Yep.
Dumb bitch. So I could cast silent image of Helmina, have a seizure, and then that would let you cast. Well, I guess I could just cast silent image and everyone can see it. It doesn't matter anyway.
I
I just have to
another
have a
calm
seizure.
emotions.
That wouldn't matter at that point. If he
Oh.
is reliving that and bringing it up, then the fissure is too strong.
Oh god.
Okay. Question:
Answer.
Can I cast spells while I am looking through the eyes of my familiar? If they're vocal and somatic with materials.
Yes. But
Okay.
the thing is you have to relive the memory. Like her vision is still
Oh,
in your mind's
okay.
eye.
I'm with you
That's
now.
where the thing
Yep.
is, right? That's why it's such an issue.
Okay. I almost got around it. Yeah, okay. Well, is that something you want me to do now or
She can't
Tomorrow.
scribe right now.
It's tomorrow.
yeah? But if
Yeah,
she
we
sees her,
talked
she sees her.
That's,
And then I get the spell slot back.
Actually, I
and
might.
maybe
May
regain
have been
control
wrong.
in the morning.
That totally depends on how I roll out of that shit.
I'm gonna check her.
I
her
assume that would
spell sheet.
not go well, but you know.
Are you gonna tell, like, is Calvio actually gonna tell us if he does this? So that way we're prepared for what happens.
I mean, I'm assuming you guys are trying to figure out how to get her to see an image of Helmina.
Yeah.
And after going through that for a while, I would reluctantly bring up, I can do this. And show you silent image.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to do it?
I would prefer to do it now so that I get the spell slot back. But it really doesn't matter. If you guys think it's better to do it tomorrow,
We can do it
it's just a
now.
first level spell slot.
I mean, I understand the reasoning behind it. Totally. I'm worried about
Seago would, like, when you said that you could do it, Seago would definitely look at you and be very concerned and ask if you were sure.
Zirf is also eyeing you.
This seems like the easiest way to me.
I mean,
yeah.
if you're willing to go through that, you do have a few friends here with healing capabilities.
Will he physically take damage?
You don't know?
Okay.
I mean, if you do
I mean, I
that,
guess we're in a
like-
safe spot right now.
I
we'll make
genuinely
sure
have
you're
no
okay.
idea what's gonna happen.
Well,
You
whatever
go-
happens, we can do
Should
our
I
best.
like be moderately restrained?
Yeah, I was gonna say Seago would at least come, like, stand not like directly beside you, but kind of like behind beside you, and just kind of like put a shoulder on you and be like, just in case, I'm right here.
Can imagine this like 7.5-foot tall dragon coming up to like 5 foot nothing me, and it's just like.
Just for
That's hilarious.
God damn it.
Just for safety.
I mean, if no one has any objections, I guess I'll just fucking do it.
Sure.
Alright,
you do
so what is the silent image?
I am going to do my best to recall the image of the being that's standing over me and those like flash images and project that.
Okay. So, before you see the terrifying visage of Helmina reaching down, almost as if towards Calvio, about to reach into his chest and pull out. Calvio, you are immediately racked with fear and pain, reliving that experience. You fall to the ground and are you only take 2 points of psychic damage. You open your eyes and are shaking.
Do you get in and try to catch him?
Oh yeah, you could definitely try to catch him since you were right there, easily catch him. He was shaking. But
Okay.
Do I need to roll for if this is Luran or me or?
Sure.
I figure this is pretty traumatic. Okay. Okay. I'm shaking.
Zirf kind of nods, sighs, and says, I see the face now. I will be able to try and scry on them tomorrow.
Thank you, Zerf.
How do I message
The rabbit?
you, Aaron?
/whisper GM on Roll20. You can test it first.
One
if you'd
word?
like. Yeah. No.
It's /W and then space
Space
GM
GM.
and then your message.
Okay. What's the rabbit doing, Clovar?
Rabbit, upon seeing Helmina, is gonna be like, "Damn, she ugly."
Oh my god.
Um,
Yes.
Kakira would give Calvio another, like, are you okay look.
You are conscious.
Oh, I am? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seagoat would have definitely like caught you as you fell and would have been watching intently, / seeing if you were okay.
Um,
Yay, figuring tables out. So there's a prolonged pause from Calvio as you ask, are you doing okay?
Does he have that face? That I'm thinking face.
Yep.
One moment. I'm so sorry.
Deacon Zinlen would walk up at this point and kind of inspect, looking at Calvio. And he turns towards Zirf and says, "Is this that ritual that you spoke of, that you completed with the aid of these fellows?" She nods. Hopefully he's not like this for too long. And he goes back.
Does Luran know Zinlen?
No.
Come.
I almost just dropped all of my dice in my lap. So close.
I would have laughed.
Sounds dicey.
So I guess after a minute, God.
Pun intended.
So I guess after a minute of like calming down, you would see Calvio kind of like get up and dust himself off and like kind of like stretch around for a minute and would say, "Well, that was entertaining."
Seagoat would respond, "Hello, Lauren."
I think Akira would as well. Or like get like the one eyebrow raise, you know?
I for the record, I that was never mind. Okay. I'll just keep that between me and Aaron. It's more fun that way anyway. And he says, "Well, hello. Fancy meeting you all here again."
Mhm.
I have a, this is Luran speaking.
Indeed.
How long were you in that crystal for? Do you know?
Do I know?
The last thing Luran remembers is laying on a table with Ismail.
Ah. I was in a crystal. Is that why I feel so stiff all the time?
I see. You don't know then. Sad day. Well, and that's all her line of questioning is at the moment.
Well, what are you all staring at me for? I'm not weird.
You are weird.
You're weird.
Thank you. Is Calvio alright?
I'm sure. We
Can you
kind
not-
of are in the same space.
You all, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm asking you.
I'm fine.
But is Calvio fine?
I mean, I'm here and he's not.
So no, Calvio is not fine right now.
Calvio's upset.
No.
Yeah.
The
Seagoat.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sika would be like sighing, like slightly miffed, just no, Calvio's not fine. And shoot an annoyed look at Lurin.
Moment, I thought you liked me.
Do you two have like conversations in your head ever? Do you like talk to each other? Do you go check in?
He
on
tries. I don't like him. Well, I like him, but I don't like him. I'm
Well,
here because of him, but he's kind of a punk.
You're kind of a punk.
You're kind of a punk.
You just said what I said. Stop copying me.
Stop copying me.
Oh my god.
Sika's gonna be like, Lurin.
Fine. Fine. You always have to ruin my fun.
Zinlen would walk up to Klobar with the bunny still on his shoulder and say, "1, does this need to stay here? And 2, is it always this interesting?"
Clover would have the bunny kind of leap onto his. I assume what Archimedes is on one of his shoulders,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the bunny would leap onto his other shoulder.
Okay.
And Clover
Bunny land with a tink.
says,
Yeah, what shoulder does the bunny land on, Logan?
"The bunny doesn't have a physical form,
That's fair.
so it wouldn't make any noise when it landed on his shoulder."
I wanted the tink so
Clobar would say, "Yes, I'm developing a character." He says, "I don't know when I'll need it, but I will need it at some point." And he says, "I've been traveling with them for a while, and yes, it has always been this interesting."
And Flint would pipe up and say, "I'm keeping a journal of a bunch of the things that are happening too, so hopefully the story will be told."
Secretly, Flint has one of those like annoying where the story and the recipe go together, and you have to read all the way through the story to get to the recipe.
That's incredible.
I don't know if Michael's down for that. I don't want to say what his character would do, but I think
No,
that
would
would
be hilarious,
top
though.
tier.
Michael, if you were listening to this, that's the stuff.
That's
I don't know if he's listening or
consider
not.
it. He
That's
said
the
he'd
stuff.
try and listen as much as possible.
Okay.
He's on the messenger.
Yeah, he was just messaging.
Oh god. So,
Well, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to join the shit chat in the middle of the game. Stop it. Okay.
But that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can recap the game in gifts.
oh my god.
So Lauren would say, "Well, I'm in a particularly good mood. So what are you all chatting about here?"
Is the silent image still there?
No.
Or is
no,
it gone
no,
by
no,
now?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be
Oh
gone.
no, that shit's gone.
Okay. Just
Would
checking.
would Lurin know our guy that we were just talking about?
I think I've asked about if he knew Magister Shren before.
I don't think so. I said
Oh.
We-
make
Oh.
me a history check or something.
We can ask.
I probably
So
avoided that. Okay.
then Sika would probably just casually mention that that's who we were talking about, Master Shren, and then kind of look at him and be like, "Do you happen to know that name?"
Do I know that name?
Make me history check with advantage.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that wasn't so good. Okay, with advantage.
hmm
That one was better. 17.
17. Luran would know that Srin, much as from what Zirf had told you, he was an elven ruler of the time. It was still a few hundred years past or before Luran, but Luran would know that they were actively trying to bury his empire in the Andoran lands. trying to bury knowledge of him. That.
Oh.
Hashtag the sinking country.
What?
Wait.
If they're trying to bury, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but if they're trying to
No,
bury,
I
oh,
was thinking about that's the reason why there aren't any ruins, but that's a whole different level of shenaniganry.
Well,
Um,
that's awfully far from the fort.
Yeah. So Luran would explain pretty much what Aaron just said, like, but in a very sarcastic and why don't you know this kind of way.
So the scientists would not have record of him then.
It's always possible. The scientists have records of things that are considered esoteric by most.
Hmm.
I know what a
Fancy words.
scientist is, as Luran.
Luran wouldn't know what a scientist is.
What-
This is
What is a science? What is this scientist you speak of?
It's a religion.
But they're people.
Yes.
So scientists are a religion and people.
They're people who follow a religion.
Well, why didn't you just say that in the first place? Is this a weird bird thing?
No,
That's
it's
racist.
not.
It's not racist. He's a bird. He can have different ways of doing things. It just means he's different. It
She's a
doesn't mean it's
bird.
bad. She's yes.
Seaga's gonna snap and be like, Lauren.
What?
The rabbit.
Oh god, what's the rabbit doing?
The rabbit's like, yo, I don't like this guy. Can we get Calvio back?
Ah,
Damn it.
it's just the rabbit. on
Killing
the
me,
shoulder.
man.
So what does Lurian say to the rabbit?
Lauren would just turn and look at the rabbit, and then would look at Clobar. Is this yours?
The rabbit's gonna be like, man, shut the fuck up. Your ears are bigger than mine.
I really need like
God.
Eddie Murphy here right now. to
Yeah,
play the rabbit.
seriously.
That's who I'm picturing.
Getting Snowball from Life of Pets. Secret Life of Pets.
Oh my god.
Damn it.
I can't.
Now it's just Kevin Hart. It's Kevin Hart's voice coming from the fucking bunny.
I mean, they're both pretty small.
Yep. Oh god.
Oh no!
Oh no. Don't tell
Somewhere Kevin Hart is screaming at the short joke.
Kevin.
Oh.
Seriously.
Oh shit.
He's gonna show up at Amber's door and be like, yelling at
Hey
him.
man, fuck you. Alright.
Lauren
So
would
what are we
just
doing?
kind of
Hmm.
stupid bunny.
That's right, bitch. You take it.
I'm not taking anything from something that doesn't even exist.
You'd have to make me an intelligence check first. What's your spell save DC, Logan?
It's a 20. I rolled.
Okay, yeah, you
Am
know
I
it's an
adding
illusion.
anything
to
Yeah,
it?
you know it's an illusion.
No, he'd know.
yeah,
he'd
yeah,
know.
you know.
Nice use of a 20.
It's good. Oh shit. So what are we doing, guys?
This is a great question.
Sitting and talking in Zirf's tower for 2 hours.
Yeah. Really.
We,
Are
could
we
go,
going to the scientists?
we could go check the Scientist Temple and see if they have any records of Srin.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Let's stop bothering.
Let's go
Sarah
see
with
these
conversation.
religious, not religious something people. Totally
You're
Lauren
just- You're
talking.
just gonna shake her head.
So,
But really, is this not just a bird thing?
Seaga's
sorry.
gonna like
Continue.
smack you with his tail
Ow.
in passing.
as you guys exit Zirf's tower. Before you leave, Deacon Zinlen would pull Klobar aside again, and before leaving, and he would say, "Is there anything else that you need me to look into at Orialis?"
Give me a second. Let me think real quick.
It's a hint moment.
We told him about the fort. We told him about the door. We told him about Helmina and the connection to the orcs. He already said he was going to look into the loosening of the cage. Oh, he would ask the orcs believe that Oakvale is their home, that they were forced out by the elves. Is there any truth to that?
Well, there's an element of truth. The story goes that the orcs came from a sort of adventuring or a group that explored out of Sanctuary Grove, and they got caught in the massive radiation from the flash. When they came back, they were no longer welcome. Their new nature caused battles to ensue for who knows how long, and eventually these orc forces were beaten back into the Badlands, where they now call their home.
What was the name of that tower that they were going to try and recruit?
Poffrey Tower.
Clover would also mention the Poffrey Tower, that they're also interested in the Poffrey Tower.
I know not of this Poffrey Tower, but I can look into it as well.
That would be good.
Yes. Well, it was good to see you, Klobar.
It was good to see you too, Master Zinlen.
And he would bow and head back into the tower.
Where does Master Zinlen work? I know in Orialis, but is there anywhere specific?
He has his own, like, much like how Zirf has a tower here, he has a tower in Orialis.
Okay.
That he calls his home.
Okay.
So, Kakira, since you had spent a lot of time in Orialis, you would know that you would know the name Zinlen, and you would know that he is often away from his tower in the time that you were at Orialis.
Okay.
Right. You may have actually come across Klobar very, very briefly and in passing. I'm not sure how that would work out. I'd have to look at the timelines, but it's kind of possible, actually.
So cool.
I was there for a while.
Yeah. You would have at least heard a rumor of a hobgoblin wizard.
That's so cool.
Coming through. So, yeah. So moving on, you guys are heading out into the city proper and make your way to the Zionist Temple. All right. So, get this all set up here. Boop-a-doo-doo.
Oh, it's like a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a fairly large area in there. Let me pull up my. So many notes. Oh my god. There we go. So as you walk up, you see two very large buildings before you. To your left seems to be a house of worship, a cathedral of some kind. To your right is the monastery itself, the place of learning and the Zionist library here. Behind these two buildings is a beautiful park of sorts, with two massive fountains and statues. Kikira, you would know that this is often referred to as a garden of statues. Back here.
We're really good at naming things.
Yeah, it's really, really blunt. The Zionists are a very black and white people. All right. So, I'm assuming you head into the monastery itself proper?
Yes.
All right. As you walk in, making your way to the library, behind the counter, even in this evening, a not old but late middle-aged human man with salt and pepper hair kind of like raises his eyebrows in seeing all of you approach. Kikira, you would know this person to be Adherent Zethus. And they say, "Oh, Kikira, it's been a few weeks. What can we do for you? What brings you back to the library?"
We're here to find some information on Magister Sren.
Do you need any help searching? I'm not sure if I can permit access. I'm very sorry to your friends, but you definitely have access to the library, being a member of the temple. Do you need any help searching?
Well, if my friends can't help, then yes, I would appreciate the help.
And he kind of looks over. You remember Adherent Zethus to be a rather almost kind of like judgmental person to an extent, and he would look at the party and he points to he's like, "Your friend in the nice robes there, he can help. The others in the traveling clothes, it might be a little too dirty to touch the books." And he's like pointing towards Clobar to help.
Oh, okay.
Clobar will help.
Okay.
So,
Told you, weird bird things, man.
He's not a bird.
You're a bird.
Everybody
thanks.
knows.
I wasn't aware.
Point of order, is Siga still wearing like the traveling cloak in town a whole lot, or are you not wearing that as much lately? How is that?
I probably haven't been wearing it as much recently. Been feeling a little bit more comfortable in my own
Okay.
scales, I suppose.
Nice. This fellow would definitely be looking at you a lot. Like they're trying not to say anything. Like they're kind of like going back and forth between Kikira and you. But regardless,
And he's seen me before.
yeah, he's seen you.
Do I notice this?
I can read lips, so
Yeah, but like it's not subtle. Everybody there
Okay.
notices this.
okay. I was like, if he tries to whisper anything, I know what it is.
I would like lean over and up as much as I can, and be like, and to Siga and be like, and you say, "I'm wrong about the bird things, but this is okay."
Kikira and Clobar, make me investigation checks, or one of you guys do it with advantage as you're looking for information. And while they're talking.
Whatever you want to do, Patrick. This is your specialty. I am proficient in investigation, though.
You should roll with advantage.
Okay.
Also, Sika would have responded to Luren and leaned over and looked at you and been like, yeah, well, it's about me, so I'm used to it.
That's a dirty 20.
Nice.
So it does take a few hours. Like, you
Oh,
guys
shit.
would probably be in there still, like, scouring through these books and such. And
Question:
what's up?
Are we just chilling in like the lobby
Yeah,
of this?
I
am not. After like 30 minutes, Lauren is fucking out.
Yeah, I was gonna get to like what you guys would be doing at this time. Like, I don't know if you guys went to a fucking tavern to wait for them, or if you went to go do something else.
Okay.
But we'll get there in just a minute. We'll say, let me roll. Oh man, after 4 hours of searching.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
that was a
is
rough
now
D4 roll.
getting close. It's getting past 10. Zethis has come back and he's kind of like, have you found what you're looking for? And at that moment, Klobar pulls down a book in a dusty part of the library and blows it off, opens it, and you see in there a small bit of like clerical information on Magister Srin. And basically, it would say that the record, something akin to records across the Andoran kingdom of Srin have been completed purging. And it would, let me check the year here. What year are we in? What year did this be? All right. And it is the year 1536 currently, and it would say in this book in 1102.
Shit.
Oh.
It says that records have been finished purging. Hopefully the name of Magister Srin will be forgotten for his atrocities on this land and the many souls that he had stolen.
Well,
So what did you say the year is currently?
1636.
1536. Okay.
That's it.
Man, so Luran was in like the 1300s. Jesus
Thereabouts.
Christ. Oh.
is
I
it
see.
possible?
I said 1105, right?
1102.
1102. There we go.
That the regent or the royal family would have some records that others might not have access to?
It might.
That is always possible.
It'd be worth
Interesting thought.
a look.
Or maybe the elves would have something as well.
We
I
might.
feel like they would keep more detailed records because elves. But they might not.
Would we have to go to Harambin for that?
There's
hey,
there's an elvish embassy
Is it-
in the
yeah.
city.
There is.
there's an elvish embassy in the city. There's Sanctuary Grove to the north. There is
That's where Sika's
Orialis that is reputed to have the best library in the continent, on this part of the
But
continent,
really far.
but really far. But it does have the best. But does have the best library.
What time of day is it first?
For those two, it is currently nearing like 11 o'clock at night, right?
Oh god.
Yeah. For you guys, what are you doing at this point? Like, after 30 minutes had passed, did you go to a tavern? Are you looking around? Are you?
So it's like 6 o'clock.
Like 7,
5,
to
6,
8.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, what's there to do around here? This sucks.
Well, there's a little park.
Giga would literally not know anything
Yeah, you do.
about this city.
Yes, you do.
I mean,
Here is the tea, and I have put the ball on it.
So,
wasn't in my
the
thought
leads you guys
process.
have, unless if you don't want any help, I won't help you. But do you have anything that is coming to mind right now?
There are like 3 things I know that Sika. This is totally out of character. I know David knows there are like 3 things that Sika wants to do. So that's her.
What are the things that Sega wanted to do, Courtney? Do you know?
I know what one of them is. It wasn't in my thought process right now, but I know I wanted to go back essentially to the petting zoo that we talked about.
We can also check out the Sly Few if you wanted to do that.
There's a
Or-
fight club.
There's
also a fight club.
Way
There's
out
a
on
fight
the real
club?
edge of town. Yeah. There's
Yeah,
a
but
fight club.
we've already broken the first rule of Fight Club, so maybe let's not do Fight Club.
And the second rule.
I mean, so that I guess could be an option. I don't know if Sega would have mentioned it right now, though.
That's up to you. Luran is putting it out that this sucks and he wants to do something.
Does Marsica have any ideas? Considering where you guys are at, what is near you is you're by the, like, it's kind of ironic. The religious complex is right next door to the prison camps, and it's also it's in between the prison camp on the left and the richest neighborhood in town on the right in the city.
You know.
You know that there is the outer ward. There's other things to go see. There's the graveyard. There is the different taverns. You could go to the shanty towns and look at and see what's going on with that disease if you wanted to.
That one
No.
seems a little out of the way.
And I feel like we wouldn't do that without Kakira.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's
Make
a
any
terrible
sense.
choice.
Not too much sense, at least.
You guys
We
could
need
also
bird stuff
just
for that.
make it and just you can either
Wander around.
wander around and
Yeah.
see what you find for like
I feel like-
fucking
I
4
feel like-
hours.
I feel like Marsica would kind of want to stay in the area-ish, and so, like, you said there was a park somewhere nearby, too,
Yeah,
with the fountains. and
there's a
stuff.
park right behind the temple complex, right?
I feel like Marsica would be like, let's go take a walk in the park.
It's right there. The Garden
For
of
4
Statues.
hours?
Garden of fountains. Oh, we could go do that, and then we could go do something else.
I was gonna say we could at least start there and then like not, because we wouldn't know it's gonna take 4 hours. You
Yeah.
know, we'd probably like go walk
Fair point.
around and then.
You,
And
yep.
then-
All right. So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
So I guess first step is wandering around the fountains.
How long are you wandering around for?
Hour and a half, maybe.
Luran is pestering them after 30 minutes.
All right.
Marsica
So-
will smack him.
Okay. So, are you guys actively doing something, or are you just wandering around looking?
Marsica is just wandering around looking.
Luran would be looking for anything that he can interact with.
Each statue, as you're going through, it seems to be a memorial of some sorts. right? Each statue has a name, how they died in battle, and something of what they were known for.
Do any of these statues seem to have like secret compartments or anything like that?
Then make me an investigation check if you'd like. What are you saying, Heaven?
Would we find, or would I see
Oh, ooh.
that I would recognize from, us traveling and stuff?
Go ahead and make me a history check.
10.
Not any secret compartments that you can find. There's a couple of benches that people sit and like feed birds at.
Looks for secret compartments. Finds pigeon bitches. Yes. That's pretty
At
accurate.
10, that's what you get.
What do you got, Heaven?
7.
7? Yeah, no names are really sticking out at you.
Ding.
So, you guys want to go do something else?
What do you
Maybe
want?
a bit
Yeah,
more.
Seaga's gonna
I
be like-
don't know what's around here.
Well, then you can shut up.
Aaron, did we ever decide if there is any point in time, or is it just like long rest and then I roll again?
Long rest and you roll again. And
Okay, I had a
it's that's my ruling on that, or like you take massive damage or something with Helmina
Sure.
comes up.
Yeah.
But or
So
hell,
we
it's fucking your character. If you get tired of it, then maybe Calvio
Good
will push
point,
back.
okay.
Like I don't give a fuck, man. Like this
Okay,
is,
I just wanted to make sure.
yeah. Those are the natural things that I was thinking. But
Okay, we're on the same page then.
So you guys are wandering around the park. You see, looking around as it's getting darker and darker, the 3 moons above you shining brightly, and you see it seems to be a couple walking through the park a little bit farther away from you, and are just kind of going about their business.
Okay.
Are they just rando couple, or has anything about them piqued my interest?
I mean, they seem to be holding hands.
So they're just rando couple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they talking close enough to where I can hear?
If you get close enough, yeah, you
Oh
can
my
hear it
God.
currently. If you want to be that guy.
No, I'm not gonna like creep or follow. I'll just like find a reason to walk over there and like maybe another statue that's closer to them, and pretend like I'm looking at the statue, but I'm really eavesdropping.
Make me a stealth check.
Oh, I'm good at this. Dirty 20.
They have recently just like they've tried to get out of your guys' view a bit, and it's been kind of obvious. They come next to a statue, and you can see as they're like leaning in and talking to each other for a moment, and I mean, you hear the guy like start complimenting the girl, you know.
Fun to make Aaron improvise, guys.
I think at this point I'm gonna look
So I'm casting
Wait.
Mage Hand.
Okay, before you get that, Heaven, what were you saying before? Before we get there, Heaven, what were you gonna say?
I'm telling Siga it's time for us to go. Like, noticing this happening. I'm assuming I'm noticing this happening because of how annoying Luron has been. this
Did you see me go away?
Yeah,
Oh,
they would've
Siga would
noticed
have
you
had his
left.
eyes on you the whole time.
Oh. That was a good stealth check.
What was the stealth?
Okay. The 20.
Yeah,
Okay,
first
so
one was
20.
20.
If you're actively looking for him, you can make me a perception check.
Oh, I mean, I would have been paying attention to him. I
Yeah,
probably wouldn't have let him
we'll-
out of my sight.
We'll do advantage. We'll do advantage.
I would have known better.
Yeah.
Like,
Or for both, or
But,
just Siga?
both of you guys. You can both roll with advantage.
Okay.
what did you said perception?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
okay.
Gotta beat a 20.
24.
I did not beat a 20.
Alright. Marsica
I don't know how.
sees you clearly, like hiding. Like you manage to get out of Siga's view, hopping off to the side, but you go over and you're about to cast Mage Hand, and and you're quite a bit of ways from them at this point. Like you kind of let him do his own thing, I guess. So what are you gonna do with the Mage
I would
Hand?
have never done that.
No, I mean,
I'm-
but what would Marsica do? Because she's the one
You
who
see
saw
me
it.
like weaving things to cast
Yeah.
a spell.
Okay. God damn it. Literally just like go over there and just start pulling him out, like just.
She close enough that she can do that before I finish the spell.
I would say since she beat your stealth, then yeah, she was able to keep a tail
Shit.
on you, and it's like
Damn it!
Yeah.
Literally grab him by the arm and just start pulling him out of the garden.
Like right as I'm about to finish, it's like what?
with that 24, Marsica, also, you would have noticed a figure that was like off in the distance, the ruined tower that stretches above. You would have noticed a small speck. It looked like somebody swung in and dropped inside of it. At the very top
Is this
of it.
tower on the? Is it?
It is on the
this
map.
tower?
The one and
It's,
the top right.
This one, right?
The
This
damage
one right
one?
here, the damaged tower.
Oh.
Yeah, I was right. This one. Hiya!
Okay.
Hiya.
Hiya!
Oh wait. Which one was? Wait. I
The
saw
one, do you see
It's
number
above
12?
the number 12.
This one.
around above the number 12. Oh, I went to the wrong one. Okay.
Everybody's pinging it.
I'm really
That's all
zoomed
I
in.
hear.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So I guess I would grab Luron, and then I guess seeing that, Marsica just kind of pause and like be watching for a minute. I just saw someone drop in, and that was it.
Yep, that's all you saw.
What are we stopping for?
You want to go do something fun?
Sure.
See that?
Now you want to do something fun?
Oh, yeah.
Make me a
Okay,
history
I saw
check.
Plan.
something-
Okay, yeah, let's go. Sure. Let's
Heaven.
go do fun.
Marsica, make me a history check.
There.
Okay.
DC is 10. It's not high. But there's a chance of failure.
Well, I rolled a 4. So.
Oh.
And
Alright.
my history is only a +1.
Alright.
He's not high.
Going with it.
You know, for everything else, I rolled like a 16 or higher, right?
I mean,
But the one thing that I need to roll high on, I don't. Except earlier, I rolled
So-
like an 18 on the history check.
So what are you guys doing?
Okay,
Please
so
tell me
I'm
we're going to check out the tower.
Oh. dragging Luron with me, and we're going back to Siga, and I'm gonna tell Siga what I saw, along with Luron, because I didn't really tell him originally. I just asked him if he wanted to go do something fun.
Yes.
So I'll tell them about the guy or the figure that I saw dropping into the ruined tower over there, and see if they want to go explore.
Is there a way through towards the tower without going all the way around?
You kind of
There's
have
a door
to go all the way
here, a door
around.
here.
The
So we'd
door-
have to go-
How tall is the wall?
Oh god, it's like
It's like a big
very
wall.
tall. It's a big wall.
Fuck. Okay.
This is not too far. We get to this door and then this door.
Which door?
Was
No, that door over there this is part of the military complex. You have to go through the city. There's a pathway over here. You'd probably have to walk over here and go near the river and walk around. But it would take you guys the fastest to get there. It would take you about 30 minutes to walk over there.
Is there a sewer system?
There sure is, if you want to brave that.
Oh my god.
I'm just throwing it out there.
How fast would it take us to get there if we went through the sewer system?
I don't know. You
And
guys,
I don't fucking know the sewer
I would
system.
say.
I'm
I-
assuming Flint is with us, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Flint is
Flint knows the
definitely
sewer
Oh.
system well enough to get us
God
over
damn it.
there.
He says, Do you think I go into such a disgusting place? It would make my food spoil.
Do you not read?
I read, but I don't want to go in there. And plus, if we were to go in there, is it such a good idea with a couple of our people in there researching?
Are you scared, round one?
I'm a little scared. Also, and he kind of like gets close to Loran, and he's like, I don't want to go down there. I can't really swim.
Oh, I see. Your secret is safe with me. And then he winks.
What does Flint think about going to this tower? Does he have any?
Flint. Thank you for reminding me. Flint would say, that tower's kind of a bad omen. There've been a few expeditions of a sort that went down there and they didn't come back. It eventually led to people just taping it off and not sending anybody down there.
Lauren immediately looks at Marzica and says, "Sounds like fun. Let's go."
Oh God.
Now Marzica is wondering if we should do this without Kira and Clobar. I'm not sure we should do that
Okay,
without
fine.
them.
Maybe we just go look at it.
Okay, let's go. We can go look at it. I'll agree to that. That sounds like fun.
Recon mission.
Recon, yeah, and then we can tell the rest of the group what's going on with it. I agree with him. What does Flint think?
As long as we don't go in there.
Vika just kind of like squints at Lurin, like kind of leans down a little bit, and says, "No funny business."
Me? Never.
If you
Yeah,
go
I
in,
know.
I'm going after you.
Shit.
Oh my gosh.
Some friends you are.
I don't know. You
So-
haven't really proven yourself friend worthy yet, have
Remember, there's two of us in here now.
you?
It's your only bargaining chip. Your only.
Nobody liked that reference.
I didn't get the reference.
Oh, it was a Halo reference. Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's two of us in here now, remember? When he gets... Okay, anyway, sorry.
I
Oh.
haven't played it in way
Maybe somebody in chat
Boo.
recognized it and appreciated it.
Boo.
Anyway,
Um,
continue. We're
so-
going.
You guys make your way around through the city. It is quieting up. People are either heading to the tavern or heading to their homes. And you make your way to the ruined tower. There's a 10-foot high wooden fence that goes around it. And there are many signs posting "Keep out. Dangerous."
Marshika would have shared that she saw somebody swing into the top of it, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
there... Can we see where they would have swung in from?
Yeah, there is an opening near the top of the tower.
No. What I'm saying is, like, to swing in, the rope or whatever they swung in on would have had to have been attached to something before they got there. It had to be a midpoint, at least. Where would it have been attached?
Yeah, like how did they drop in?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So basically, it's not like they swung in from something. It's like you saw a very small speck of a creature on top of it, and that kind of like dropped into it. I shouldn't have
Oh,
said
okay.
swung into it.
Got you.
That was a poor
Got you.
description.
Okay.
Okay.
And so,
Are there
Um,
like little openings in the fence that we can peek through?
make an investigation check, I guess. Try and find something. DC 15.
I'm assuming we'd all be looking for this.
Yeah,
I
can
know
do it
I
with-
would be.
You can do it with advantage. Since they
What's
do.
your investigation?
Not good. Yours is
Mine
better.
is 7 with proficiency.
Yeah, much better.
Okay, then you can
Okay.
do it with advantage.
Okay. See, Lurin is helpful.
He is helpful.
Okay, that one it's really good. That one's not as good. 17, 14 plus 7,
Oh yeah, that's
20.
20.
21.
Yeah, you find a bit of a crack in between that you can look through. Go ahead and make me a perception check with disadvantage. Looking through here. Whoever looks through it is going to do perception check with disadvantage.
Yours is probably better than mine.
I've got a 7.
Mine's +6 with proficiency.
Mine's +7 with proficiency.
So I would have pointed it out to you.
You could each do the check once because it's not like only one person.
Oh, okay,
like,
cool.
You can take
Sure,
turns
yeah.
to look through it.
Okay, Damn it!
What I got?
The second one was a 1. The first one was a 16.
Oh, it's so sad.
Damn it! So that's only an 8 after.
Disadvantage strikes again.
Seriously. Put that there.
Does Luron gets a chance to at it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, each of you guys would.
So you didn't see anything? Laura would be like,
Yeah.
aren't you supposed to be good at this? Get out of the way.
I
And,
am.
like, push you out the way. Oh, this isn't going much better. Oh dear. Okay. 10.
Can't really see anything.
It's too dark.
Flint
I
would
told you.
try
hard
and
I
come
have
up-
something in my eye.
Flint would try and come up and look, and he rolled a natural 1 and a crit. So
Oh my gosh.
he does not see anything. He's like, I'm too short, and my belly's too big.
How
I guess-
tall is this fence?
10
Did
feet.
you say?
It's 10 feet tall.
That's jumpable.
You shouldn't jump alone.
I guess I could also look because Sika has not looked
I
yet.
mean, you do see there are guards in the area with torches. You know, there
well.
is a patrol that goes around the city, so you could try and time it to jump over. But
So I can see. So can I see something on the other side?
so with
Like
what
anything on the other side?
like from what you could see is just the outside of a building, like a ruined tower that is dilapidated. You didn't really see anything of note.
Can I see a space? Like, can I see the ground?
Yeah, there'd be the ground there. It's like it was farther away.
How far away would that be?
It's like, I mean, if you're trying to Misty Step in there, you can. You can Misty Step
Okay,
in there.
I was
There's
just
enough
curious.
space.
I was just curious.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I guess he
So,
could miss
I
you
would look.
and then tell
I
us.
would look and say, "How bad do you guys want to know what's in there?"
Sika would immediately respond with, I don't.
Marcy was just like,
What if I am really, really careful?
You're not really, really
As
careful.
long as you don't go in the tower.
Hey!
Stay.
What are you two doing? Four. Wait, how many of you are there? 4 of you. What are you doing?
Since they're confused and how many of those there are, I'm immediately trying to like sleek off and be hidden.
make me this stealth check.
That is great. 26.
Damn it. I can't beat that. Shit.
All right, now okay,
I rolled a
need to
19
look-
plus 7. I'm not going through the fence. I am just like vanishing into the darkness.
Yeah, because
What are you
Sika
hiding
would have.
behind? Are you trying to like go between a nearby alley, some buildings?
Shit. So
he
it's
rolled
like
a natural 20 on his perception check, but it's only +2.
yeah, rogue. So I am getting out of sight and Misty stepping in.
Do you need to see the space currently for Misty Step?
Oh, I do have. Okay, so I'm not doing that.
You'd have to see it
Um,
from that crack.
Correct. You are very correct. Okay.
In the midst of all this, Sika would have responded to the guard and been like, we were just leaving, not noticing that Lobon had left yet, and then started to like
Lobon's here?
pull, or sorry, Lauren,
It's okay.
I'm just kidding.
pulled and started to like pull everybody away.
So Marsica would like to make sure Luron's still by. Does she see Luron?
No.
No. Okay.
No. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
can,
was
if you
gonna
want to look
say-
around, you can make me a perception check if you'd like.
Yeah.
You can try.
What was it, 26?
Yeah.
26.
I'm not gonna even roll for that. I can't do it.
What the heck is my perception again? Oh, 7.
You have to
Wow.
roll a
That's
19 or
I
20.
did not roll
Yeah,
high. I rolled a 4. So I'm assuming she's not gonna see him.
Yeah, no.
No. So I'm gonna pull back at Sika and be like, actually, no, we're new to the town, and we were wandering, and we saw this, neat-looking tower, and we were admiring the safety precautions that the guard so wonderfully put up for the town.
Make me a deception check for 1. They made, where are we at here?
God damn it, deception. Okay. Okay, that's a 17.
I'm sorry, but Flint would look at you and say, I'm not new here. I'm from here. I'm Flint Fireforge. I was showing them around, and, we saw somebody, your friend, you said you saw someone jump down in there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were just coming to inspect, and maybe we should have just come to tell you that somebody jumped into the tower. And the guard kind of was like flabbergasted for a moment. And he says, I assure you that's not possible.
No, I assure you I saw it happen, so it is possible.
Well, I will relay it to my captain.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
So it's been a little bit of time going
he
around and searching for things. He is currently like he's walked a little bit away, but he's definitely keeping his eye on you guys at the moment.
Well, like, do we?
At this point, have I noticed?
You guys have
So
definitely
Loran-
noticed like Loran is gone.
Yeah.
Can I send Aldra up to where it was,
Yeah.
to where I saw the thing?
Yes, you can.
And I'm assuming I'm like in an alleyway or something.
Yeah.
And so I'll put like my hand up against the wall and send Aldra up and look through her.
Okay. So looking up, having Aldra fly up, I need you to make a perception check with Aldra stats.
Oh fuck, owl stats. Okay.
I can probably tell you that. Perception's +3.
It's +3.
Do you have keen senses as an elf?
It has advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or sight, though. So, is it neutral since it's? Well, he has dark vision.
Yeah, just with advantage.
Yeah, so with advantage. Okay, yeah. Not that one. That one. That's 18.
18. You see from the top of the tower as Aldra flies over a series of like different levels you can see. Different parts of each floor is kind of rotted out and the stone is fallen, but at the very bottom of the tower there is a door.
Can she fly like in and down?
Sure. Looking through, flying through the tower, you get to the bottom, and
Just before we get too far, in case there is some shit, it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks because it's an owl.
Okay, sure.
Just so that's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking through here, you come up upon the door, and it looks to be like a cast iron door. Like there's iron what is it called, sightings on it, and a very
Mhm.
heavily reinforced wooden door that is there.
Sounds like a good door for Gorag.
For
Um,
Gorag?
Patrick's character in David's
Oh my
campaign.
gosh.
Is there anything else? Like, is there any like door down? Because if they made the expeditions, so is there more to it than just this first floor essentially? Like
I mean,
going
you've
down.
come down. This is the bottom of the tower, right?
Did I notice anything else? It's just empty.
You can make me an investigation or another perception check now that you're down here.
We'll do perception because that's better. Wow, my first rolls are all terrible. Both of these dice can go in the jail.
Jail.
Straight to jail. 16.
16. It looks like some of the dust has been disturbed that's around in the area.
Okay.
What is Siga and Marsica doing at this point?
I guess
think,
sorry, Kakira and Klobar.
start following the wall.
I guess we're gonna go find the others.
Find.
Yeah.
Are we
we'll say,
done?
like, I was just saying I'm sorry. This is taking a while.
No, it's all good.
You guys very grumpily looking for
Yeah.
Lauren.
Not grumpily, but yeah, I'm looking for Luron right now.
Okay, you guys can make me
Because
perception
like
checks.
muttering under his breath, like, God damn it, stupid. Knew this was gonna happen.
18.
18. No.
Oh, sorry, what am I rolling? I was
Perception.
grumbling.
Perception.
Okay.
As soon as I would have basically just noticed that the dust was disturbed, I would have come back from Aldra and snapped her out. And back to my shoulder.
Fucking 12. I have
Yeah.
not had a roll above 10 tonight, I don't think.
Oh no.
I am
Um,
nowhere and everywhere.
So I'll say that you guys have been out and about for like 2.5-ish hours at this point, looking around, and Luran snapping out of Aldra, you see both of them like they're looking around for you.
Is there a way for me to sneak back to them without them noticing?
You could make
And then
me
just like appear?
no.
Better idea.
Unless
Better idea. I'm casting invisibility.
Oh god.
And I'm just going to walk over and start like poking them on the shoulder.
You guys feel poking on your shoulder.
I'll look at Zika and be like, what?
I feel like Siga would have known. Siga looking at Marsica and realizing it's not her is going to very quickly like take his tail and as far as he can go just do a big like whip to see if he can catch Lauren off guard.
Make me an
Did
attack
I
roll with
dodge it?
disadvantage. With disadvantage.
Okay. Third, I guess that would be like unarmed.
Yeah.
Okay. 15.
Oh. Yep, you feel like they're around here, and you see the. Well, Michael said something that Flint would want to ask. Zirf or the wizard friends with Klobar if they translate another recipe book. Oh my gosh. Okay, he wants to do more stuff with this magical cookbook.
Oops.
Yeah.
Work.
Yes.
We can get there. So, Luran, you see this? And what are you guys doing?
Heading to a because at this point it's starting to get kind of late, right?
Yeah, it's getting pretty late at this point. It's about 10 o'clock.
I guess we'd kind of head to a tavern that's kind of over by this guy, so that way Kakira and Klobar would be like, let's just go to the tavern and find them there, I guess.
Which guy? Which tavern?
Sorry, if there's a tavern over by the number 11, where we...
You could just head back over there and hang out. There's plenty of time still to go check.
Yeah.
This is
Sika
good.
would have grumbled at Lauren though to like, come on, and then would
I
have.
haven't said a word, but I am following.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
And causing trouble the whole way.
Flint is just like looking around, like, oh god.
Like, people are dropping stuff is falling. Like, nothing like, just moderately annoying things. Nothing
What?
too serious.
It seems like the spirits are out. We're not even near the graveyard. Anyways, you guys make your way back over to the temple complex. The library, Zirf, what is, I forget his name.
Sir.
Zethus is
Zethus.
too many Z names. Zethus is beginning the process of closing up as you guys are coming in. And
they're still in there though?
They're still in there, and he's like just getting ready to. He hasn't like locked up and chained things up, but like as you walk in, you can see he's like putting things away and going about. The
Oh, I'm
process.
walking in. I'm going
Right.
to find the two of them.
How long does invisibility last for?
1 hour,
1
so I have
hour.
30 minutes.
30 minutes left.
More or less.
Okay. And so you are walking past there. And what is Marsica and Siga doing?
I guess.
Let me
Is
do
it
for
like
you guys.
a lobby area that we're
Yeah,
in?
you
or-
can have like a lobby area, definitely.
No, I'll go sit down in one of the chairs and
All right.
look at whatever magazines they have up or books or whatever.
Dungeons and Dragons with like pamphlets looking around.
Touching
Oh
the
my
things.
God.
Yeah, I'm dirty apparently, so I'm gonna sit in this chair. I'm gonna
Zethus
play.
is definitely just like he's eyeing you, and he's like,
Basically, she's just like
mm.
smiling back
Um,
at it.
At this point, we'll say that Luran has walked past into the book stacks, I'm assuming, and this
Yeah,
is
I'm looking for Klobar and Kakira.
you would
at this point.
find Klobar and Kakira in the back, and Klobar has just opened up a book and has read this out to Kakira.
Okay.
And so
I'm going to. Is like Kakira on a ladder up, or is she
Oh, God.
like on the bottom?
I mean, one of the two would be on a ladder up, and the other one would probably be on the bottom, like grabbing books and things
Oh,
from the
okay.
other person.
Okay.
Is the guy still like cringing watching as I
Most
sit there?
definitely, he is definitely cringing right now, but he doesn't want to say anything.
I want to ask him for some water, if they have any water.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
We don't serve any drinks here. We actually prefer no food or drink in the library.
oh, you don't have like a water, I don't know, whatever the equivalent of like water bottles would be or anything like that.
A
Nope.
water skin.
No, a water skin. No,
I don't.
Oh,
Nope.
never mind then. I'm fine.
Since I'm here, can I see if they have pulled out or if I can find a book in the little bit of time that I have on Ismail?
Make me an investigation check with disadvantage, since you
Oh,
do not know this
shit.
library.
Oh, that's okay. That's also okay. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. You don't necessarily find a book on Ismail. You find a book on that chronicles the Augurists. and his name shows up in there as like a member, you know, and someone who was active within, but not much more information that you guys have already gained.
So when I'm holding this book invisible, is the book just floating?
The book's floating.
Okay, just curious.
Would
Kikira, make me a perception check.
Okay. 15.
You see a floating book between the stacks on the other side of where you and Klobar currently are.
Do I see it?
You had just read. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception
Since you are currently
is
reading
11.
something. 11? You do not, since you are currently reading something.
Does Kakira point it out?
Kakira's gonna see that and go, Luren?
I'm putting the book up. And
She just watches it like float back to the bookcase.
Yep.
And she'll just look at Klobar and say, well, Luren's here.
Not that I would do it, but do you ever wonder, like, if I cast Fireball in here, how many books could I
No.
burn?
No.
Goodness.
I'm not saying that I would. I'm just saying. It's an
Aren't you a
interesting.
scholar?
you hear
scholarly facts.
you hear from at the mention of Fireball
Oh,
from the
God.
other side a voice say, "Do it! You won't!"
Did we
Um,
hear any of this?
At this point, you Siga, Flint, and Marsica see Zethis just beeline into the stacks. You hear something. He's like, I heard mention of a fireball. There will be no such thing in this library. There are untold records, and this is a historic place that cannot be replaced. It's priceless. Please do
Lauren
not.
is leaving to try and be outside and behind Marsica, Flint, and Siga by the time invisibility goes away.
Kakira, you would not do such a thing in
I would not.
Gonna get kicked out of the library.
Kolbar is going to cast suggestion on this.
Oh
like-
God! Okay, here we go. What are you saying? What are you suggesting to this poor man?
Why did you say I didn't hear it?
Holy shit!
Let me think.
Does that count as charmed?
It's a charm type condition.
Okay.
But he doesn't. The nice thing is about suggestion is they don't realize they're being charmed.
Did they realize after the fact, after the spell effect
Nope.
ends?
Nope. It is like the only charm spell that specifically does not mention
All right.
them being aware that they're charmed.
Okay.
That's why I
Okay.
picked it.
Is it somatic? Do you have to like make motions to cast that?
Nope.
There's no somatic
Damn.
components. It's just
It's
verbal.
Damn!
There are components, but I've got my hand on my orb.
But is there verbal or is there some somatic or verbal?
There are.
component?
I'm assuming the verbal components is the suggestion itself.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Would Kakira notice him casting a spell?
It would be Arcana check with disadvantage and a high DC, considering.
Okay.
It would probably, if it succeeds, you'd have to make like an insight check, more likely, to see if it's against this guy's nature.
I'll check.
Okay.
Might as well.
Klobar is
okay.
going.
I'm not even gonna bother rolling again.
Okay.
Klobar is going to say, "You want to go make a fort out of books." And I'm gonna replace his roll
Oh
with my
no!
important roll of a 9.
What?
Why do you do
You're going to
this
make the
me?
most epic book fort ever.
What are you doing? Okay, so this man standing before you, he is like so stressed out and he is so just like, oh my god, there's fire, and then instantly he's like, I have a great idea.
What's his name again?
Zethus.
Zephys. Kakira's gonna. I'm assuming Kakira would notice the him stop talking.
Make me an insight check.
Okay. 26.
I was about to
So
say that's
this-
wisdom, so
This guy has a calm that is unnatural to him that came over. He's still like, I wouldn't say he's calm, more like his energy was redirected. He says he has an excellent idea. He's no longer concerned about the fire, and that strikes you as odd.
Kakira's gonna glare at Klobar and then cast Calm Emotion.
He's fine.
Well,
He's just very calm about this.
well, no,
business now.
hold on. Calm Emotion can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened.
Is it
Don't do
technically?
this.
Is it
Don't
technically?
do this.
Is it technically a charmed condition?
He said it was.
Yeah, but
Let's see here.
suggestion. Oh man.
What is tonight's game?
I don't know. Suggestion.
Stop trying to book block me.
God damn it.
Holy shit!
Let me have this.
No.
Instead of Blockbuster, it's Bookbuster.
Is it taking a while this is all happening? Like, is that guy,
There's
did he just
something you
run
should-
off and I'm just like sitting in there?
the only thing that it mentions is that creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. So it would be that's your call, I guess. It's implying that it's a charm, but it doesn't straight up say that it is.
Suggestion, a charm, 5e.
For the record, Patrick would be all for this. Kakira would not be, or is not.
Jeremy
That's very fair.
Jeremy Crawford says the spell doesn't cause someone to be charmed.
Then calm emotions doesn't have an effect. If it doesn't cause them to be charmed, since it's not a charm effect, but it's just calm versus
How strong is his emotion to build a book fort?
It doesn't basically what happens is Kakira doesn't know he wants to build a book fort. She just knows
he didn't
something-
say it.
He didn't say that he wanted to build a book fort. He said, "I have a great idea."
Right.
And
I think Kakira
This-
could put two and two together, though.
yeah. So basically the sequence of events. He is calm, but he is now he says, "The library is now closed and I think I'm going to have to ask you to leave."
As they're walking away, Klobar says, "Make sure it's a really good one."
He just kind of he nods a little bit.
Fantastic.
He's just
Did
like,
Klobar
"Oh my God."
notice that Kakira tried to interrupt his fun?
Make me a Arcana check.
Oh, that's a dirty 21.
Ooh.
Yeah, you would notice that she cast calm emotions.
As they're out of earshot, Klobar says, "He is going to make the most impressive book fort ever, and you are not going to stop him."
What? Why did you have to do this?
Because
Why?
he was getting angry because he got the wrong idea because
You
uh,
talked about burning down the library.
it was a joke. He said, but Lauren decided to make it that much worse than it needed to be.
I don't know
I
that it was
I can't. I
Look,
can't
look,
take
look,
you
look.
anywhere.
That man obviously is under a lot of stress and he needs a release, and I just gave it to him.
How's
He's
he gonna
going to
feel
get
when
more
he's not
enjoyment.
under suggestion anymore?
He's going to get more enjoyment making that book fort than he has sitting behind that desk in years.
But he's gonna have to clean it all up tomorrow.
But he will have the best memory ever of making a fantastic book fort.
Are you all still here? I'm trying to lock up.
Can
I
you
thought
hear
we-
all of
I
that?
thought we had. I thought we had
gotten
left.
into the lobby yet.
He
I mean,
hasn't
Kakira
heard
was
it.
not
said-
being quiet about it.
Well, I said that I waited until we were out of earshot.
Yeah, he like you're out of earshot, not necessarily out of the library, so he didn't hear what you guys were saying. But he's
Okay.
like hearing voices per se, like mumbling.
Well, I assumed that we were leaving the library.
Okay, so then you'd meet up with everybody else at this point, sitting and waiting, and you're having this discussion.
Do we hear any
Um,
part of this discussion?
You'd hear the last bit of Klobar saying he's gonna have the best memory doing it.
I feel like Sika's just gonna go, oh god.
I'm not letting you into that library again, Klovar.
Clover says, "No need. They didn't have anything I was interested in."
I guess
Clover-
Marcus just like genuinely confused right now.
Says to the group, Lurin decided to cause trouble, and I had to.
You don't know it was Luran.
Yeah, I
Klovar
do,
also caused some trouble.
Who?
Because Kakira.
Luran
Said it.
says he's been here the entire time.
Yeah, Sika would scoff audibly out
Kakira
loud.
would look at him and say, "I don't know, that floating book tells me a lot."
What floating book?
Sika would
Mhm.
instantly shoot Luran a look.
What? You didn't know where I was? I was here.
Marcica's just like putting her hand on her forehead. She's like, God.
He just said. He
The
said
first time I
that
take you
very.
guys anywhere.
Klobar says that very rude librarian is going to spend the rest of the evening building a book fort.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Sika's gonna look at you, at Clover, and be like, what did you do to that poor man?
He was getting
don't know.
angry, so I redirected his anger to something more productive.
Klobar
It seems-
mentioned setting the library on fire,
Oh, that's
Which
bad.
It was a thought
It's
and
experiment.
Luran encouraged it.
interesting idea.
Flynn says,
Sika,
"Can we please just go get a drink? I'm hungry."
Sika is gonna agree and be like, alright everybody, let's go, and is like taking his giant wingspan and like trying to like push everybody towards out the doors and out the library, like
Wait, Mika has wings.
Ah,
I think she just means this
just the arms.
yeah, like just
Oh,
big arms.
because I'm
Yeah.
really tall and so I just have really long arms as well. 'Cause
Kakira would
proportions.
probably help you push people out of out of the monastery. And you just hear her angrily mumbling, "I'm never letting you guys in here again."
Sika would probably turn to you and be like, I'm so sorry, friend. We tried.
I don't understand what's wrong. I didn't go anywhere.
we better get an
She's-
update
she's
about this
staring
book in the
Daggers at
future.
you.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh yeah. There's
don't-
gonna be an update about the book for it. Don't you worry.
God. Everyone's so angry at me, and I haven't done anything. I was with them the whole time.
I heard you yell.
You don't know that was me.
Oh my god.
Are we-
Insight check. Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
Can I
You
do-
can make a deception check.
Okay, let's go. Let's
Sika
go.
is gonna lean over to Flint and be like, I am so with you on that drink.
I'm starving.
Damn it!
I'm like,
Oh my
Damn
God.
it!
You can look.
Oh no.
You can look at the 23. I
Oh.
rolled a crit. It's 23.
I rolled a
You
4.
can look.
Damn it!
So you're pretty sure, but now with that well of a lie, you're a little unsettled. Maybe it wasn't Loran.
She's still glaring at him.
Yeah, what's new?
So, walking into the city, which tavern do you guys eventually make your way to?
whichever one's closest at this
Are there any in the inner
Yeah.
city?
There would be one. I don't have. Let me see if I have a name for it. Oh,
The Honduran Tavern of Drinks.
oh no. It would.
Andoran bar of alcohol.
You know what? That's it. That's the name.
It would be the Janian Tap House.
Ah.
All
Good
right.
improv.
Indoor and bar of alcohol
Then
it is.
Andoran bar of alcohol.
No, I liked indoor and bar of alcohol.
Oh my god. Janoran Tap House is the canon name.
Okay.
But secretly,
It was like, I thought about this.
I thought about it really hard. Alright. So, with that, you guys head in. Nights here, it's a little bit more expensive. It is a it was a silver piece on the outer city. We'll say it's a 5 silver here for a night and food in the morning.
That's it.
5 silver it is.
Okay.
And if with that, as you guys all eventually bed down for the evening, each finding your own respective rooms and places of abode. Calvio, or
Oh,
I
God.
guess Luran at this point. Your head hits the pillow, heavy. Your eyes quickly fall, and you head to sleep. Before you, you see a familiar face. The terrifying visage of Helmina looking over you. You see terrible nightmares as twisting trees and various monsters come out of it. I need you. I believe it is a wisdom saving throw. Let me check on this again really fast. You need me to make a wisdom saving throw.
$14.
14 is not enough. You hear the voice, and she says, I see you are still somewhat intact. Your soul in a fall will belong to him soon enough. As she reaches into you, and you wake up in the middle of the night. You take 10 points of psychic damage.
Holy
And
shit.
you do not get the benefits of a long rest. And we will end the session there.
Oh, man. Okay.
So long.
I know that spell sucks, man. So thank you all for playing. For those that are watching, thanks for watching. We're gonna be taking a month-long hiatus here as I get my shit together. But yeah, hope you all have a good night. And do.
Do-do-do.